Have you ever asked the question, do you know him? There's a huge difference between saying, I know Jesus, and having an encounter and a relationship and actually knowing him. We need Christ. And the darker things get, the more his power and grace and glory come. Today more than ever. There's never been a time in history that the world is like it is today. And believe me, this time in the world that we are in is an anointed, blessed time. And he's calling you, he's calling me, he's calling all of us to step forward, to have the courage, to take our foot and put it in the water. We have to step out. We have to do something. We have to step out of the boat and have the courage that he will be there. He will save us.
We need to be hungry for God. We need to be hungry for that encounter. And every single one of us, no matter who you are, if you're an atheist, if you're an agnostic, if you're a Muslim, a Hindu, a Jew, if you're a Protestant, if you're a Catholic, we all hunger for the same thing, whether we want to admit it or not. We hunger for an encounter with the person of Jesus Christ. And so I call the church on, I call all of us on to do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to draw near to the presence of God. Do not be afraid to come close to him. Don't be afraid to step in front of him. Don't be afraid to look at him. Church, you don't have to look at the ground anymore. Church, you don't have to look away from him. You don't have to look to the left or to the right. He's right in front of you. You get to look at him face to face, eyelash to eyelash. This is what you get to look at.
The cost has been paid, right? His blood paid that cost. It did. His blood paid the cost for our freedom.
He's looking through the filter of his heart, and his heart is on fire for you. His heart burns for you. And there's so many people, we've run into so many people who are so far away from the church, who have run away, who've been hurt, who've been wounded, who feel shameful, who feel guilty. And he's saying, no, I want you close to me. He's saying, I'm drawing you into myself. He wants you close to his heart.
Think this through. God sent his only begotten son, his only son. He sent him to earth for one purpose and one purpose only, to suffer and to die. His birth was only for his death, because if it wasn't for his death, we wouldn't have life. His whole purpose was to die. So then I asked myself, what am I willing to do? If I love this God, what am I willing to do? What are you willing to do?
I have one word as the answer to every single human life, and his name is Jesus.